Today we're going to dive into a fascinating journey into the world of Stoicism, a philosophy that can help you strengthen your self-discipline and achieve your goals. In our modern world full of temptations and distractions, Stoicism offers us wise principles that can help us gain inner strength and control over our lives. In this video, we will look at 10 important principles of Stoicism that will help strengthen your self-discipline and bring harmony to your life. If you want to become more self-disciplined, take control of your life and achieve great results, then this video is for you. Let's begin our dive into the world of wisdom. Number 1. Follow your goal. Setting a clear goal is a basic step towards self-discipline. Imagine you are on a ship on the open ocean with no clear direction. Where will you be traveling? How will you navigate your journey? Purpose gives us focus and direction in life. As the great Marcus Aurelius said, set a goal and your life will become directional. Set a clear goal for yourself that you want to accomplish. It could be related to career, personal development, health, or relationships. When you have a specific goal, you can focus your efforts and energy on achieving that goal. Write down your goal and break it down into smaller sub-goals that will serve as milestones along your path. Regularly evaluate your progress and make adjustments as needed. Remember that self-discipline is not an instant process. It is a constant work on yourself. Your goal is the light that will illuminate your path to self-discipline and achieving your desired results. It will serve as a reminder to you during difficult times and a motivation to keep moving forward. Don't be afraid to think bigger and set ambitious goals. Believe in yourself and your ability to succeed. After all, a goal is not only a dream, but also a plan. Act according to the plan, and you will achieve your goal. Number 2. Trust yourself and your desire to achieve a goal. Trusting yourself is not only believing in your abilities, but also having a deep conviction in your desire to achieve a certain goal. The Stoics taught us that we have the inner strength and wisdom to follow our own path despite difficulties and doubts. When we trust ourselves and our desire to achieve a goal, we take responsibility for our lives. We realize that our decisions and actions matter and we can influence our future. Remember that no one can walk this path for us. It is our own responsibility and our path to self-improvement. When we trust ourselves and our desire to achieve a goal, we become more persistent and confident in our actions. We overcome doubts and fears that may be stopping us. We realize that setbacks and difficulties are just part of our journey to success, and we are willing to accept the challenge. Remember the words of Aurelius, believe in your abilities and treat your goals with determination, and nothing can stop you from achieving them. Trusting in ourselves and our desire to achieve our goals is a key principle of Stoicism that helps us build self-discipline. Remember that every step towards achieving a goal is important, and even if you encounter failure, you can accept the lesson and move on. The Stoic principle of trusting yourself and your desire to achieve your goal will help you strengthen your self-discipline and open yourself up to new possibilities. Number 3. Practice voluntary challenges. Voluntary challenges are a kind of test we set for ourselves to develop our self-discipline and strengthen our character. The Stoics taught us that through overcoming challenges and stepping out of our comfort zone, we become stronger and wiser. The practice of voluntary challenge requires us to make a conscious choice to stand up to difficulties and overcome them. Listen to the words of Epictetus. Practice voluntary challenges to become stronger and steadier in the face of life's trials. It is only through overcoming challenges that we gain true strength and self-discipline. Practicing voluntary challenges allows us to push our limits, overcome fears, and develop inner strength. When we consciously choose challenges and set high goals, we develop resilience and self-control. Don't fear challenges, but welcome them as opportunities for your own growth and development. Imagine you have a goal of running a marathon, but you have never run such a long distance before. Instead of just hoping for luck, you consciously decide to face the challenge and start training. Over time, you notice that your endurance increases and your self-discipline grows. When marathon day comes, you are ready. You meet the challenge with courage, complacency, and determination. This example shows how practicing voluntary challenges can help build self-discipline. Don't be afraid of challenges, but welcome them as opportunities for your own growth and development. Number 4. Never assume the role of a victim. Often we face difficulties and challenges in life, but instead of complaining about fate or blaming others, we can see challenges as opportunities for growth and development rather than as obstacles in our path. The Stoics taught us that we must accept what happens in our lives and seek strength and wisdom within ourselves. Epictetus said, "Don't look for happiness and success in external circumstances, but find them within yourself. You cannot control the events of your life, but you can always control your reaction to them." This encourages us not to get frustrated or complain about what is happening in our lives, but instead to focus on what we can control, our thoughts, reactions, and actions. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoics, said, "You have power over your mind, not over events. Concludes your freedom." These words remind us of the importance of taking responsibility for our lives and refusing to play the role of victim. When we stop seeing ourselves as a victim of circumstances and start making decisions and acting in accordance with our values, we gain inner freedom and power. We become the masters of our lives. Remember that external circumstances may vary, but your ability to control your reaction to them always remains in your hands. Number 5. Practice delayed gratification. This principle encourages us to give up instant gratification and focus on long-term goals and values. Seneca, the great Stoic, said, "One of the most important qualities of a noble man is the ability to give up momentary pleasure for future benefits." This quote reminds us of the importance of patience and the ability to set aside gratification for the future. We often face temptations in our lives that promise us instant gratification. But instead of giving in to these temptations, we can apply the principles of Stoicism and strengthen our self-discipline. Practicing deferred gratification allows us to let go of unhealthy habits or distractions and focus on long-term goals and values. The principle of practicing delayed gratification requires us to be mindful and self-controlled. We can give up immediate gratification and instead invest time and effort in our growth and development. Practicing delayed gratification helps us to develop our will and sense of responsibility to ourselves. Epictetus said, "One must learn to sacrifice small joys in order to have great joys." When you wake up in the morning, ask yourself, what do I have to do to accomplish my goals and make my day a happy one? How can we apply this principle to our daily lives? We can start with simple steps, such as avoiding unnecessary purchases or replacing unhealthy foods with healthy ones. This will help us develop our self-discipline and strengthen our inner guidance. Remember, practicing delayed gratification and every step taken in this direction brings us closer to our goals and helps us become stronger and more self-sufficient. Number 6. Don't pay attention to naysayers when someone accuses you or hates you. Marcus Aurelius reminded us of the importance of ignoring skeptics and hatred that can hinder our self-discipline. He said, "Pay no attention to skeptics. Be dignified and fair, even when someone accuses and hates you." This reminds us of the importance of remaining steadfast and not allowing external circumstances to influence our actions and decisions. We face situations all the time where someone may accuse us, hate us, or express skepticism about our actions and beliefs. However, rather than allowing these negative influences to derail us, we must remain true to our principles and values, even when others disagree with us or express negative attitudes. This requires willpower and the ability to maintain our inner poise. The hatred and accusations of others should not affect our actions and our inner balance. Marcus Aurelius said, "Act justly even if someone accuses you, and do not let hatred poison your soul." When we adhere to the principles of Stoicism and ignore the naysayers and haters, we strengthen our self-discipline. We become independent of outside opinions and can focus on our goals and aspirations. We gain the inner strength and confidence to overcome challenges and not back down in the face of obstacles. Remember, your actions and decisions should be based on your own values and principles, not on the opinions of others. Number 7. Practice the principle of the dichotomy of control. One of the key principles of Stoicism is the principle of the dichotomy of control. This principle says that we must distinguish between what is in our power and what is beyond our control. It calls us to focus on what we can control and accept what we cannot change. Zeno, one of the greatest Stoics, said, "Happiness comes from controlling what is in our power, not what is beyond our power." This quote reminds us of the importance of recognizing the limits of our control and our ability to accept things as they are. When we realize that we cannot control external circumstances or the actions of others, we can focus on what we can control: our reactions, thoughts, and actions. We can develop our self-discipline by choosing our reactions to situations, building positive thoughts, and making wise decisions. We are able to choose how we treat situations, manage our emotions, and overcome challenges. We must reinforce positive habits and engage in regular self-development. This is how we develop our skills to overcome limitations and become the best version of ourselves. Recognize what you can control and accept what is beyond your control. Develop your self-discipline by making wise decisions, building positive thoughts, and overcoming challenges. As the Stoic Epictetus said, "Success is the perfection of character manifested in everyday affairs." Number 8. Look for wise people who will inspire you. By associating with wise people, we become better people, are the great words of Seneca. These words remind us of the importance of surrounding ourselves with those who can be a source of wisdom and inspiration to us. Seeking out such people is like finding oases in the desert that nourish our spirit and fill us with strength. Wise people, whether they are teachers, leaders, or writers, they can be examples to us of true wisdom and greatness of spirit. Their thoughts and actions inspire us to improve ourselves and help strengthen our self-discipline. Marcus Aurelius said, "Don't stop looking until you find a wise man to inspire you." But how can you find wise people who will inspire you? It can be through reading books, studying biographies of great people, listening to their speeches. It is important to be open to new knowledge and ideas that they can share with us. Also, never forget the power of direct communication with wise people. Try to find opportunities to attend their lectures, seminars, or meetings. Ask questions, listen to their stories, and be inspired by their wisdom and insight. Sometimes a single conversation with such a person can change the way you see the world and become the starting point of your journey to self-discipline. When we find wise people who inspire us, we begin to take their principles and values as our own. We incorporate their wisdom into our daily lives as we strive for excellence, And in doing so, we become true Stoics whose power transforms us and our world. Remember that true strength and self-discipline come to us through the constant pursuit of development and the search for wisdom. Number 9. Be present every day. Presence is not just being physically in the moment, but being fully aware and engaged in our lives. The Stoics taught us that self-discipline begins with being aware of our presence and being fully present in each day. When we are present each day, we become more mindful of our thoughts, emotions, and actions. We realize that our life takes place in the here and now, and it is important to appreciate every moment. Our strength and our self-discipline lies in the ability to appreciate and make the most of our lives. Being present each day requires our constant practice and attention. Follow the wise words of Marcus Aurelius: don't live in the past, don't dream of the future, focus on the present moment. After all, nothing is more important than being present in the present moment and doing what we can for its well-being. Once we learn to appreciate and utilize our life in the present, we can better control our thoughts, emotions, and actions. Don't allow the past to dominate you, and don't let the future overwhelm you. Be present every day and appreciate the moments that life gives us in the here and now. Number 10. Sincerely evaluate your day. Evaluate your day in the morning, evaluate your day in the evening, and never forget that you will never attain perfection, Aurelius once said. These words remind us of the importance of mindfulness and introspection. To develop self-discipline, we must be willing to take an honest look at our actions and accept responsibility for our actions. Evaluating our day allows us to see where we have made mistakes and what aspects of our lives need attention and improvement. It's not just about judging ourselves, but rather realizing that we can always strive to do better. By being honest with ourselves, we open the door to constant growth and self-discipline. Every day when you get out of bed, ask yourself the question, what business will I do today? Before you go to sleep, each day behind you, look around and evaluate your day. How can you accomplish an evaluation of your day? This can be through keeping a diary where we record our thoughts and accomplishments. We can ask ourselves questions: what did I do well today? Where could I improve? Or what lessons can I learn from this day? It is important to treat evaluating one's day without judgment or criticism, but rather as a valuable tool for personal growth. The principle of evaluating one's day helps us develop self-discipline. It reminds us of the need for mindfulness, self-reflection, and the desire for continuous improvement. Discover this principle and incorporate it into your life. The principles of Stoicism offer us valuable lessons for strengthening self-discipline. Self-discipline is not an easy path, but it opens the door to achieving our goals and transforms us into better versions of ourselves. Remember that every day is a new opportunity for growth and self-improvement. Evaluate your days with respect and without judgment, and use them as valuable lessons for your development. Be true to yourself, strive for the best, and never forget that self-discipline is the key to achieving great results. Thank you for joining us today. Subscribe to the channel if this information was helpful to you. Don't be afraid of challenges. Don't be afraid of difficulties. Good luck on your journey to the best version of yourself.